Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Z here, and today, as you can see, it's a different type of video. So today I'm gonna do like a little, I want to say get ready with me, but I'm not really going anywhere. This is just like a little chit chat like makeup session basically. And I'm just going to be talking about moving in silence, because after the Gemini reading I noticed that some people really don't know about moving in silence. And then I'm going to be sharing like my little life experiences about moving in silence, or like, you know, a time where I didn't move in silence, or, you know, just some stuff that's like surrounding about moving in silence basically. I'll be sharing that with you guys. So I already moisturized my face before I start my makeup. Today I'm just doing like a really quick makeup look. Well, to me it's quick, but very basic. So so the first thing I wanted to say about moving in silence, like, it's, to me, it's like different levels to moving in silence, because like it could be you needing to move in silence, not saying anything or announcing something when it comes to like a job or something new that's coming into your life basically. It's just like you not really telling people what your plans are, or like your goals, like what you're trying to like the goals that you're trying to reach. So let me say, for instance, like, say if you're getting a car, right? Like you want to buy a car, like you've been saving money to buy like this new car, like it's like you getting like an upgrade too. Like for me, I would not even tell anybody, like not even a soul. And somebody had actually commented too, like I thought it was so funny. They commented on a Gemini reading, they was like, can they tell their mom? And to me, like, for me, I was like, I don't even know. Like, I wouldn't even tell my mom. Like, it's definitely levels to moving in silence. Like, you not telling a soul, like you just keeping it to yourself. I know for some people that could be hard, because like you could be like a genuine person and you could be wanting to share like good news with people, but then it's like not everybody's going to be happy for you, which is very sad. And for me, like, I had to learn that everybody's not going to be happy for you or like congratulate you, or want you to move to like the next level, or like level up, like upgrade basically. um so yeah, with that right there, like I wouldn't even tell my mom about me getting a new car. Like I would wait, like don't even say nothing until you pull up in a new car. Like that's how moving in silence works for me. Like I wouldn't even say anything. Like you just gonna see me pull up in a new car basically. Like nobody would even know that I went to the dealership or nothing, like that I had the money to buy this new car. And for some people that may seem, but what I'm saying, it could be kind of confusing for some people, because some people just don't move like that. But from what I've experienced, like in my life, I know that that's like the only way to move. Because some people, like, you'll be surprised, like, you know, the people that don't want you to like level up or like upgrade, or like when you get some new things in your life, like some people are just not going to be happy for you, which is very sad. So yeah, let me apply my foundation. I cannot talk and do my makeup. I don't even know why I'm doing this. Um, but yeah, so I'll just tell you guys a little bit about some times where like I really needed to move in silence. I didn't really understand it either. Cause it's like I be coming from like a genuine place with people, and I feel like that really did mess me up. And I'm still learning about moving in silence too. Cause like I said, it's different levels to it. Like people, oh, I'm gonna tell you about a dream that I had too. And I know it could have just been for me. I don't really mind telling nobody, but it could have just been for me, but I feel like it could be for other people too, because it was about stealing. Um, so let me just go. I'm gonna go into the dream real quick to get that over with, because I might forget. So basically, the other night I had a dream. It was recent. I don't know like exactly when. It was like a couple of nights ago, and I had a dream about I was in this home. And for some reason, like when I was in this home, like it didn't really seem like my house, basically. And the house, like inside, I was inside the house, right? And it's like inside the house, like it's almost like somebody was like in the process of moving out or moving into the home, because it wasn't like fully furnished, and there was like boxes, like somebody was like moving out or moving in. Like it looked like it could have been one of those, because like it wasn't like stuff was all packed up basically like in boxes or whatever in this house. And so at one point of the dream, and I feel like I think this was like daylight time too. So I'm like in one of the rooms, and it's almost like maybe I was putting some stuff into a box or taking it out. I don't even know. But these men came, like, it was basically like a home invasion. Like, they came into the home, like, they had on all black. You know how you see, like, in movies? They had on all black. Um, and they just came up into the home or whatever. And these people had weapons, too. Like, they had a gun. And so in the dream, I'm like in the room or whatever with these boxes. And then I think it was like a blanket or something. But basically, like, I was trying to figure out like a creative way to hide from these people, basically. But like I put like a blanket and stuff like over my head, because like they would have seen me. Like, it was really nowhere for me to hide basically, and they would have seen me. So I had to figure out like a creative way to like hide from them. But eventually, like, somehow they found me anyway, or they knew exactly where I was at. And they knew like exactly where I was at too, like in the house, which was crazy. So yeah, these people had this person had a gun, basically, dressed in all black. And what else? I can't really remember what happened to like towards the end of the dream, but basically it's like they wanted something from me. Like, they wanted something, but in my head I'm like, I don't even have anything. Like, what could you possibly take? Because like everything was like in the process of being moved out or moved in. So I was kind of confused about that, but I was like very scared. Like, just imagine your house, or like some unknown people, some strangers, like criminals, coming into your home basically with weapons. And it was like very unexpected too, how it happened. But yeah, that's basically what the dream was or whatever. But yeah, and it's like I was trying to figure out what that meant, because I didn't know what it would mean. But basically it's like your private life. Like, the home represents like your you know, your, it's like your private life basically. And it's like I was trying to hide, like I was needing to like hide from these people basically in this home. So yeah, that's pretty much what I seen like in the dream or whatever, or what happened. So yeah, I don't know if somebody's like in the process of moving in or moving out of a home, but basically I feel like people are needing to move in silence here about certain things that could be coming to them. um And another thing too, with that, moving to like a home or something, like if you're planning on moving somewhere, like I wouldn't even tell anyone. Cause there was like a time where I was like moving somewhere, and I had this dream that some snakes was like, this is crazy. I had a dream that some snakes, I'm actually looking down at my mirror too, cause I don't want to be looking at my the viewfinder to do my makeup or whatever. But basically I had a dream about these snakes that were kind of, it's almost like they were in the way of me getting into this this home basically. So that's what I'm saying. Some people are needing, like, moving in silence is very important. I know some people don't really know how to do that. I'm still learning how to do that too. Because like I said, it's like if you're coming from like a genuine place, it's like you don't really realize that people are not really happy for you basically. Like, they don't see you have nothing basically. It's kind of sad to say that, but that's what it is. Um, Also too, it's like when you're like dating someone too, or like your relationships, like your romantic relationships, like moving silence about them too. Like, you don't have to post everything on social media, because you just never know the type of people that be like looking at that stuff. And it's like people don't want to see other people happy, which is very sad. That they don't want to see that. So you can only share what you feel like you need to share. But honestly, I wouldn't even share at all. Like if you're a woman and you start dating a dude, then his new name about to be Wizard Kelly, because um people, like the way people be moving is like very funny, and you really have to watch out for stuff like that, even like friends too. um so I'm gonna just share like a little bit about what happened. Oh yeah, so the reason why I wanted to do this video too is because some people like to steal other people's ideas, which is so crazy, because it's like you could be stealing somebody's idea or like try to do something just like someone, but it will never be like how that person is doing. Like it will never be like that. Like you can try to copy it down to the T, but it will not be like how you're copying off of that person. And you sometimes people get ideas. If you guys look at that Libra reading too, like you don't have to have Libra in your chart, but just look at the Libra reading. Um, it was talking about like a divine idea here. Like the universe gave Libra like an idea, a really good idea here, and they were needing to act on it. And sometimes people be trying to steal ideas from people, but you don't know where that idea came from. Somebody's ancestor could have gave somebody's ancestor could have gave somebody that idea, and you think the ancestor's about to let you run off with that idea. That's not about to happen. I know some people don't really think about it that way, but that's how I'm thinking about it. But yeah, some people need to be careful about them stealing, like you stealing ideas, or like copying somebody's like work or something, because you don't know who gave that person that idea. Maybe they didn't come up with that idea on their own, like their ancestors gave them that idea to help them out, and then you trying to run off with it. Like you think the ancestors about to let you run off with somebody's idea and make money off of it? That's not going to happen. So okay, let me go into the time where, so basically I don't even want to say a friend. I was dealing with somebody for a while. Like I thought very highly of this person too. And so I had came up with this idea about starting like a business, and basically it was gonna be like a yeah, I guess you can say it was gonna be like a spiritual business, basically. This was like before I started my channel as well too. But yeah, me and this person, we was gonna start this little online business or whatever, and I was super excited about it. Like I had came up with the idea. Like I basically came up with the idea. Basically I went to the person about what we should do, because I thought that I could trust this person, you know, about, you know, working with them or whatever. But then turns out I could not trust them. Like it turned out to be betrayal, basically. So basically I had created like this whole little plan or whatever about what we was gonna sell, the name of it. I had came up with the name and all that stuff, and they was all down for it. But eventually like it turned out to be where, like I don't want to say I was doing all the work, but I feel like I put like I started off good, basically. Like we weren't making no money off of it right away, and no business is about to be making money. Like sometimes certain businesses don't be making money right away. Like when you first start a business, basically. That's how I was trying to explain to them about, you know, the situation or whatever. But eventually, like this person, they started acting like really, really funny about the whole situation here. And I do feel like this person, like they wanted their see, I already had, okay, let me just go back. I had already had like my own little thing going on, basically. And this person, they knew that. And I guess they wanted something too. Like I knew that this person wanted something too. Like they wanted their own like business. They wanted to start something. So I was like, okay, well, I think this would be good for us. Cause we was talking about spiritual stuff or whatever. I was like, okay, I think this would be good for us. So I came with them with this idea or whatever. Like I was trying to share with them the vision that I had for us or whatever. But eventually it's like it turned into being like, I don't know, I don't even want to say competition. I don't even know what it was, honestly. It's like this person just revealed their true colors to me, basically. Or I'm about to get like real personal too. I was trying to hold back because I don't even know if I should say this, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. So like after me and this person had created the business or whatever, like we didn't have no type of product, basically. So we didn't have no products to sell. We was gonna do it online, like, basically. I think it was supposed to be like through drop ship. I don't know, I forgot how it was supposed to go or whatever. So right after, a little bit after we had created the business, I think it was like not even 3 months after we had created the business. So basically I had gotten into a car accident, basically, right after we had created this business. So I was down, like I really, and it was like some other stuff too that was going on too, that my mind was not on this business. Like I was trying to get my life together, basically. And I had also got like a concussion too from this car accident. So I was going through, like, I guess you can say like therapy or whatever. Not like professional therapy either, but it's just like me going to like the doctors and stuff, like, because I was in a car accident. It was like a near fatal car accident, basically. So this person started acting real funny, y'all. Like this, I still cannot believe that this happened. This person started acting really funny. Like it's like their whole vibe shifted. I'm like, yo, who is this person? But like eventually it just ended up to where we had like like basically we just fell out, honestly, because I was dealing with some stuff and I couldn't really do that much or whatever. But they tried to make it seem like, because I was still and this is another thing too. See, I was posting like pictures or whatever. Like I wasn't in the hospital bed or nothing, but still it was just like I was still hurt. But I was posting pictures or whatever, and they had mentioned that too. Like they won't liking none of the pictures. They was following me too on social media. On social media, they won't liking none of the pictures, but they seen what I was doing, basically. So that's what I be talking about. So you just never know the type of people that be like watching and lurking. But yeah, that's basically what it was. It's like they was feeling some type of way about what I had going on, and it's like they would make little smart comments too about, oh, you have like basically I had like two things going on, basically. So they would make comments like that or whatever. But meanwhile, it's like they weren't really doing anything for themselves anyway. It's almost like they was waiting for me to come up with like the next moves or like the plans and the ideas, but I couldn't really do all that. Because I was going through my own little thing or whatever. And I just feel like they were not being, it's almost like as soon as they see me down, they tried to knock me down further, basically. Because sometimes when you tell people certain stuff, it's like you could think this person is your friend, but then it'd be like a certain situation that come up where they trying to throw some stuff, like personal information too. They throwing up personal information that you done told them that you were going through. They try to throw it back in your face. So yeah, that's one of the things too. See, I should have kept that idea to myself, because guess what? This person, like after, basically it's like they tried to I don't even know what they tried to do. It was just crazy. So basically it's like they try to say that we weren't making no money, and you know, like basically they just wanted to help them start making money from the business. But I was trying to tell them, like, give it some time. Like, we just started, we ain't even got nothing to sell yet, basically. Like, give it some time. So basically I feel like they just created a situation to where they can just walk off with the idea, the business. So basically this person like we had fell out or whatever. They stopped talking to me and I stopped talking to them. So basically they ended up continuing on with the business. They had actually kept the name too. And they ended up changing it after a while too. Cause like I had came up with that idea, but then it's like they had ran off with it for whatever reason. It's like they was feeling some type of way about the whole situation. So I don't know. That was like very disappointing to me because like I thought very highly of this person. Like this was like my person. Not like a romantic thing. But it's like this was my person. And it's like they betrayed me. I just felt so betrayed. Like seriously. It was just crazy. Oh, I'm gonna be using I didn't even talk about my powder either. If you're interested in makeup, like I make these it's basically like a talc free setting powder. This is like a light banana shade, but I'll leave the link in the description box if you want to purchase it. I also have two other colors too. It's like a deeper yellow color for like darker skin complexions, and then I have like a translucent one for lighter skin complexions. But I'm about to set my face here with this rose water. I also make this too. And you can buy it from my website too. I have another spray too. It's like a coconut, hydrating coconut setting spray. But let me just spray my face real good. But yeah, speeding up the time. So yeah, me and this person had fell out, but I see where they were still continuing on with the business or whatever. And I just thought that was so messed up because it's like they was not communicating with me. And it's almost like you basically just like ran off with the idea. So it's like you wanted that for yourself, basically. That's basically what that was. So speeding up time, this person I ended up, it was like months after, honestly, because I was still going through my little healing phase or whatever. I was keeping to myself. I wasn't reaching out or nothing. But speeding up time, me and this person ended up like not coming back together as friends, but it was almost like I feel like it was more so like closure because like we was not talking to each other. And it's almost like I would be the one that always reach out to, and I stopped doing it. I was like, no, I'm not doing it no more. I'm not reaching out no more. Yeah, so basically I was like, you know what, I'm not reaching out to this person because they never apologized for well, actually they did. They ended up apologizing, but it's crazy because like right before this person had came back, basically they came back into my life or whatever, I had this dream that this is so crazy, and this is like, this just goes to show you that people be doing stuff in the dark. Like they'll come and smile in your face, but then they be doing stuff like in the dark or whatever, with you not knowing. So I had this dream or whatever that it's almost like it was like a third person type of thing. Like basically it looked like I was looking at a phone basically, and someone was looking at my picture. Like this was crazy. They was looking at my picture and it was like saying like mean stuff to my picture, and then like 3 days later, or it could have been sooner than that, this person like it was this person and like some other people, well, another person wanted to like get back, like they wanted to hang out or whatever. So I went on and hung out or whatever, but it was very awkward because me and this person was not speaking. Like I know they was probably looking at my social media or whatever, but it's like they weren't reaching out, they won't say nothing. So we go out to dinner or whatever, and like the whole time, like I'm very uncomfortable like during this whole dinner, because I can tell like it was some type of animosity, or you know how you can tell when people been talking about you, basically. And basically they were saying like, yeah, we've been seeing what you've been doing, like, you know, we've been watching you or whatever, but they weren't reaching out basically. But all of a sudden they wanted to like click back up or whatever. So this person that I was dealing with or whatever, not romantically, let me stop saying that, but this person basically, like, they apologized, but then it's like, I don't know, it was kind of like a wishy-washy type of apology, because they tried to make it seem like we still had the business, but I'm like, no, because like, you've been doing stuff on your own, so how in the world do we still have this? And I never paid it no attention or whatever. So this person actually ended up apologizing. They was like, yeah, I'm sorry or whatever. And it's almost like this person couldn't even look me in the face, because they knew they was wrong for what they did. Okay, so y'all, I had to finish my makeup off camera because my camera had overheated. But I was like, let me just finish, because I cannot talk and do my makeup at the same time. But basically, I kind of forgot where I left off too. But basically, I was like, me and this person, like, we basically split our ways, because it's like during that time when I was with them after the whole little dinner, like, I was so uncomfortable during this dinner. Like, I don't know if y'all been in a situation like that, but it's like you can feel the tension and the animosity when you got, like, somebody like got some issues with you, but you don't really know they got issues or whatever. But after the dinner or whatever, we kind of like said our, you know, I didn't really say too much, but it's almost like they had to say sorry, because it's like they knew they was in the wrong or whatever. But like, I was very forgiving too. Like, I consider myself as a very forgiving person, but that situation, like, I knew that I could not trust that person, so it was like I knew that we couldn't be friends no more because of what happened in that situation. It's just kind of like I just had to make peace with it. Even though it was like very disappointing, like, I was like super hurt about about this situation, dealing with this person. But it's just like I knew I just had to learn from that situation. I'm still learning too. But yeah, so I forgot what I was about to say. But with that situation, it's just like, try to keep your ideas to yourself, because it's like you just never know people's like intentions. Like, I went into it with good intentions, but then it was like, I didn't know this person, and they could have been feeling like they could have been feeling some type of way about me for a long time, but it's kind of like I was just like blind to it. And I could have been like naive about it too, because like I'm a very giving person, and I be trying to like spare people or whatever. And sometimes it can kind of blind me in a way. So I am learning, to be better with that. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about moving in silence. There was like one more thing too that I wanted to talk about, like if you get like a new job or whatever. I got a story time for that too. But I'm gonna keep it like real short, because I want to hear it in this video. But like, if you say you got a new job, right? Like, don't be like, I honestly would not. It depends on what type of job it is. Like, honestly, like, I wouldn't tell people that I just got this new job. Like, I wouldn't even tell no friends, honestly, because the way people be moving, like, I wouldn't even tell nobody until I'm like 2 weeks into the job, honestly. That's how I would do it. But sometimes it's kind of hard for people to do that too. I understand, but it's just like you gotta be careful about who you trust with information. So I'm gonna just go into this little story time. So basically, I had just got a job, right, at a hair salon. It was like my first hair salon job, right? And it was like some ways from where I had lived at, so I needed like a ride to this place. So it was like about almost like a 30-minute drive. And it was like some issues with that too, because you know how like you get, like, just say you really want a job somewhere, like this is like your dream job. Well, I thought it was like my dream job. Just say that, and then it's like you gotta deal with other people on like how you get there, and then they got some stuff to say about how you get in there, like, oh, like, why you get a job all the way out here, stuff like that. So I wouldn't even deal with those type of people. Sometimes you don't even know those people, like those type of people are like that until you get something new or you just start something new and people start showing their true colors basically. So yeah, with this job, right? So I'm like fresh in, like this job was like super new. I wasn't even there that long, honestly. It just didn't work out. In this job I won't get paid nothing. Like if I would have showed you, like I used to have like the check stub from this job because I was like, I need to say this. But I loved the job and I was doing really good at this job too. Like I was getting sales. Like I'm really good at like selling stuff too. Like I was like the #1 seller with like the products and stuff. Like it was basically it was like one of them you know how they have like the little hair salon up in the Walmart? It was one of them type of things. So it was like a lot of traffic in there, but I was like new. So it was a lot of it was a lot of issues up in there, but for some reason, like I'm not really sure if it was like a real customer, the manager, or somebody outside. Like it could have been somebody I knew. So basically the manager had pulled me outside, right? And it was like she had something serious to talk about. I was trying to figure out what, because like I've been like on my P's and Q's, like I've been doing real good, like trying to like learn stuff too. So I'm like, okay, what she got to talk about? So she pulled me outside or whatever. She was like, yeah, she was like, you, oh, she was like, this woman called, somebody had called up to the job, right? Talking about I had turned them down from cutting their hair. So I'm like, okay, well, how is that even possible? Because I'm new and I'm like ready, like I'm ready to do some hair, right? So I'm like, okay, I couldn't really tell if, you know, if the manager was like making up a story or what, like honestly, because they was like a little shady too. So I'm like, okay, like how am I about to handle this? So I'm sitting there trying to like explain myself, and looking back on it, I'm like, why was I even doing it? Like I know that I'm not about to turn nobody down for no haircut. Like if I couldn't do it, I would have asked somebody else in there to do it. Like I'm not about to say, oh, I ain't about to cut your hair. And that's happened to me a lot too. Like people trying to make it seem like I'm one way when I'm really not. Like I don't know what that's about, but um so yeah, she was saying that this woman called up there, and I'm asking her to describe the woman because I'm trying to figure out who, because like it ain't like the place was super busy, so I would have remembered who it could have been. And she couldn't even really describe who the person was or whatever. So I'm not really sure what, I don't know if the manager was being honest about that, but it was just like real shady. So I'm like, did somebody actually call up there to the job? Like, cause somebody, like people knew where I worked at. And also too, I was like promoting myself too, like trying to get, you know, trying to make some money or whatever, like trying to promote myself or whatever. So, that's another thing too. Like I wouldn't even, like if you have to promote yourself, like just do it like in a way to where, I guess you could say like not really telling all your business or whatever. Cause like some people be watching and they be like, let's just be honest, people be hating, okay? So, yeah, I hope y'all took something from this video. But I just want to share like my little experience about like moving in silence. I'm still learning seriously because it's like levels to moving in silence, because the way people be moving is just not right, okay? But let me know in the comments like a time where you had to move in silence, or like if you still learn about moving in silence or whatever. So I would really like to hear y'all stories in the comments. But I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I know it's different from doing like readings or whatever, but I hope y'all like the video.